Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel, and today I just want to do a little short video on QR. I haven't spoken about QR for a little bit of time, but I want to tell you guys 2018 I want to be doing a lot of stories on QR, the Queensland rail fail, the QR rail fail. So I just want to say, I noticed in the Courier Mail, the Queensland Times, and all the news.com.au newspapers, a lot of my content for last year has come out to bite the government on its ass. And I gotta say, this is quite nice. I do thank you, Courier Mail, for running with my videos. I will keep producing content, doing press releases to cover this whole QR rail fail. I wanted to make a video today, just a very short video, and I wanted to just talk about the Queensland rail fail. When is it going to be fixed? When are they going to be fixed? How bad is the problem? And moving forward. And firstly, I would just like to say to Jackie, thank you, Jackie Trad. I'm so pleased we got the 100-day plan. That's sarcasm, Jackie, because let's be honest there. You had the glossy brochures, you had the website, it was all looking so schmicko, it ain't so easy. Kudos to Sterlo. Maybe you weren't as incompetent as the ladies said you were. Look, the thing is this, I got to be honest with you there. Why is it such a disaster? And I got to be completely frank with you. It's going to continue to get worse because the passenger train fleet at QR, the electric passenger train fleet is really getting old. These came out in the late 70s. Some of those locos from that initial batch are still running. You've got a situation where these type of products have a working life of 30 years. They've well exceeded their working life commitment. They've well exceeded their working life. They're 20 years past retirement. Okay, so that's basically the situation with QR's passenger fleet of electric trains. They are 20 years past, for a lot of their stock, 20 years past retirement. So obviously when you keep running old things, it's like if somebody has an old car, they keep running an old car, you're going to have a lot more repairs, you're going to have a lot more breakdowns, you're going to have a lot more, there's going to be problems, like you're not going to have savings, like new advances in technology, it's just not going to have it. It's just going to be just not cost effective. So in all honesty, talking about the Commonwealth Games and what's going to happen, well, it's going to get a lot worse because this fleet, it's an aging fleet, well past its use-by date. It's getting bad. Okay, so it's going to have a lot more breakdowns. I mean, this is just, it's the laws of physics. You have a 30 or 40-year-old train that's, you're not putting big maintenance or overhauls on it, well, it's inevitable you're going to have major problems. Okay. The next problem is, when is this going to be solved? The government's saying, oh, we're not going to have enough new drivers until 2020. And that's actually wrong, Jackie, because this thing's only going to be fixed up when they have a new government and they tell the unions to get fucked. That's the honest answer. You got to tell the unions to stick it up their ass. Now, the problem is it's all politics. Labor Party's in bed with the unions. I understand how it works. I don't hate the unions. I quite like the unions. I wish I was in a union for YouTube celebrities. I would be much happier, but this is life we live in. I live in a commercial world where, unfortunately, it's not a unionized industry. Guys, it's a disaster. The Jackie was all exciting, celebrating all these wonderful new advancements. We got new drivers all on board there. And as I said last year, when you take off people who retire, people who quit, people who go to jail, these are existing drivers, the new drivers barely covers the ones who are leaving. So yes, they got all these new wonderful drivers, but the net take off new drivers minus people leaving, and you're not really getting a whole lot of new drivers. This is what I said. I said this. I did a press release. No one ran. Well, actually, the Courier Mail's just ran with it recently. So, hey, well done, Archie. So, to be honest with you, it's only going to be fixed up when they tell the union to get stuffed, and they run this for the sake of Queenslanders instead of union mates. Not that I'm union bashing. If I could get a job in a union, I'd love it. I'd love to be unionized in a unionized industry. I'd love it. The other great problem that we've got is that what's going to happen to New Gen? What's going to happen? And I got to tell you the truth. There's a number of disasters with New Gen. Number of disasters with New Gen, and it could be fixed if they just ditch the dunnies, Jackie. Ditch the dunnies. Do we really need toilets on these trains? Let's just worrying about moving people. Toiletry functions, let's just leave that to the stations. I think just stick with the New Gen you ordered, okay? Don't try and change these things. You've got a custom built thing, and it's a disaster. Too many politicians sticking their nose in. So if they went back and said, let's just do the trains, I think this thing could be sorted out. The other thing they got to do is, as these things are leaving India, before they get put onto the big boat to come to Australia, you guys really should have a team of QR people in India checking it. QA checking it to make sure these Indians are putting signed off stuff on the train, because on the boat. Because by the time this train arrives by sea in Australia, well, it's just too late and expensive and nasty to fix. So there was a guy, I've mentioned this in a number of videos, who made the decision, I believe it was Neil Scales, who said, no, we don't want a QA team in India. Well, that is stupid. So you really should do that. So if you said, forget the stupid dunnies, have a couple of QA people in India checking it before it's loaded onto the boat, I think you'd fix this mess up. In Australia, I think in Queensland, if you said to the union, get stuffed, we need to provide services for the taxpayers. Okay, I'm not saying to stiff the union, I'm not saying to stuff, but you can't listen to you can't always listen to the union for everything they want. They will screw you over. Look at British Leyland. Okay, look at British Leyland. Now, come on. What's going to happen with the Commonwealth Games? I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be a disaster. You're going to limit services in the rest of the network to provide trains to the games. That's what's going to happen. Come on. I can't see how these wonderful politicians, all these Jackie with her 100-day plan, I can't see how Jackie's going to magically solve the disaster. The elephant is in the room. You got an old fleet of trains that are well beyond their use-by date. The net number of drivers after you take off, so new recruits minus people who retire, people who resign and people who get jailed is not a big number. Okay, it's not a huge number of new drivers. It's probably just keeping par at best. You've got ridiculous situation with New Gen. Forget the dunnies. Too many politicians have stuck their nose in. Forget the dunnies. Get a QA team over in India checking the trains before they're loaded onto the boat. Do that. Tell the unions to get stuffed. We need to provide services first. I'm not talking safety. I'm saying you need to tell the unions we need to provide. We've got a responsibility to the taxpayers and the commuters in Queensland. What? That's my advice there, guys. That's what's going to happen. Commonwealth Games is going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. And all I can say is it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch. I hope it bites you on the ass. I really do. I really do. And this is the reality. I'm so pleased Jackie's got a 100-day plan. Thank you, Jackie, for that. How is that working out, Jackie? I'm ArchieLuxury. This is the ArchieLuxury channel. 2018 is going to be a disaster for QR, and I'm here to kick the boot. I'm here to kick the boot in. Stay tuned, guys. Cut. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury channel, Paul Pluta channel, and my good friend Tanzillan, answering super chats. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. I feel like I'm doing my passion. Tanzillan, simply the best. And he's got another one for you here. How's this? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's my passion. Shitling on time. Simply the best. Now, guys, I gotta tell you, I struggle to survive full-time on YouTube. Please look in the description below for 10 ways you can keep me full-time on YouTube. Guys, I really need your help. Please consider getting a paid paid video review. I'll do a review on any watch, any question you want. Guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. You can sponsor me for as little as $1 a month. $1 a month. And that just keeps me going on full-time on YouTube. Guys, you could also, I do phone calls. Phone calls. You can talk to me for an hour on the phone, Skype or WhatsApp, for $50 US. Guys, I really do need your help to stay full-time. Men cannot survive on Google Ads alone. Please help me. Please help me stay full-time on YouTube. And guys, don't forget that. It's not about the money. It's my passion. Cycling on time. Simply the best. Tanzillan, thank you. That's a sponsored bit from Tanzillan. I can do that for $150 a month if you email me directly. Look below for my email address, guys.
Okay.